All right, we have exciting news here at pickleball.com. We want to show you how to create a rating session. So for new users here, we're going to make sure we are logged in. Here at the top right, we're going to click Leagues, and we're coming down to create a new league. Then you're going to find your club that you run, and then you're going to find this league settings. We're going to enter basic info here, so let's just go in and create co-ed 3035 rating session. Okay. And once again, the purpose of a rating session is to get players playing with and against a variety of players in one night or one day, right? So we want to make sure we are getting enough matches in to develop a good rating. So here you'll see that option under league type, and then you'll see a little description here. It's set up as a king of the court. And for those who are not familiar, we'll get to that here soon. Just show you how it all runs. Player type is going to be scramble, so each player will sign up individually and register for this league. Like I said, we're going to be mixing and matching in the matches. So we have, you can do men's only, women's only, or co-ed. And since I wrote co-ed up here, let's go ahead and select co-ed. Then we have doubles, singles, skinny singles. So you have different formats. We're going to do doubles. And then you have this awesome option where you can let players enter scores from their phones, or if you want to limit that, you can do it on your own as league coordinator. Mark that as no. And then you can put a fancy logo in here, your contact info, and so on. And then we'll come back and we'll hit save. If you want to charge your players, put a cost to this session, then you can activate a Stripe account if you have one, or you can collect payment on site at your club. Then you can add a discount, a promo code if you choose, with a discount amount. You can have a certain number issued, or you can have it expire from a certain point. And then you'll hit save. You can add a sponsor if you have sponsors you want to show. And then you'll have managers you can add. So here you'll see there's different permissions that you can give somebody. And we'll hit save. And then you're going to add a new session. And here are the session settings. So we want this to be visible for the public. We want it to be current. Right, this is going to set it to live, where it's going to allow registrations to occur. And then we also want these matches to go into players' DUPR accounts. So we'll make that yes. You'll make sure you have a location so players know where to go. And then you can even text your players if you'd like. It's 10 cents per game day. Opt-in, this is for player. And then you can set your skill level. This is how you'd set this. I know it might look a little confusing, but the system, what it does, it's rounding down to the nearest 0.5, nearest half, right? So if I wanted the 30235, then I'd leave it here as 30 only. And then I'd set it to age. It can be any age. We're not worried about that for this. But if you wanted to, you can make that as you wish. And then when it comes to this first rating choice, second rating choice, the system's going to be pulling based on at time of registration to see if the players qualify for the criteria that you set up here at the skill level. So we're going to make this first choice rating DUPR. That way the system will also make sure that players are connected to DUPR. All players need to be linked in order for matches to go over to DUPR into their accounts. And then it's going to see if their DUPR rating is at that 3.0 to 3.5 level. If it's not, or if let's just say it's a new player, they don't have a rating yet, the system was going to look at the second rating choice, and you're going to mark that as self-rating. And this is found in the player's profile that they created on pickleball.com. So they have to make sure that it's between 3.0 to 3.5. As we continue to go on here, you can set the maximum players that can join this event. So, like I said, you have the option depending on how many courts you have. And then for the showing it to the public, you can select the dates that you want it to be showing on our website. And then you have the option for a waiting list, and then as well as the online registration. We definitely want that. Make sure that's set up to yes. And then players can sign up starting at this day and time. And then their age is going to be based on what age they're at this date, you say. And then rankings, like I mentioned before, there's other rankings that you can choose for other league types. But for this rating session, it's not as big of a deal here because we're only going to be worried about this one-day event. And then for the score format, you have all the options you want here to choose from. We recommend going 1 game to 11, win by 1, because in this format, what's going to happen is the courts are going to have to finish about the same time to prevent long wait times. So if you go win by 2, then you're running into the idea that longer games cause more wait times for your players. And then for the schedule, now we can add our game day. So you can create your one game day here, and you're going to check the day and time, and then you have the number of players that can opt in and actually participate. If you want to put a limit on it, you can. And then the players can opt in for the game day. That means that they're RSVPing to come between a certain day and time. And then if you are using a wait list, then this will be the time where the wait list will stop. And you'll see that populate here. Once that's all created, then we can go into the game day. And you'll see this is what the game day will look like. To save us some time, I went ahead and added players to our game day. As you see, as players want to play, they will RSVP and they will opt in. So let's go ahead and opt this player in. And we'll see that we have 10 players ready to go for our game day. So I will lock this so there's no more players can opt in. I can go into groups, and I see that there are 2 courts with 4 players, and then there's a bench with 2 extra players here. So as we play these matches, I'm going to start these matches. When you go into these matches, you'll see court 1, court 2, the bench. We're in round 1. We're going to enter scores, and then we'll go into the second match. We'll hit enter score, hit save. Okay, so now we have both matches all completed. And you'll see here, I'm going to hit save and start next round. You're going to notice that court 1 winners are going to split. Court 2 winners are going to move up and split. Court 2 losers are going to move down to the bench. And these 2 are going to rotate in on court 2. So here we go. So we're going to save and start the next round. And there we are. Round 2. So we'll repeat the step. once again, just to illustrate, here we go. We have 2 new matches completed, 2 on the bench. We're going to save and start next round. And you'll see it changes one more time. Okay, so you can do as many rounds as you want in the time that you have. And then let's say, for instance, you wanted to remove a player. Let's say Lima here wanted to leave for the day. So we will go ahead and we'll remove Lima. And you'll see Lima is now gone. Okay, so now there's only 1 player on the bench. So let's say Lima decides to come back. You can go and remove player. You can choose the name. And then Lima is on the bench. So rounds 1, 2 are completed. And if you say, all right, we're not going to, instead of just starting another round, you can actually say we've ran out of time. You're just going to complete rating session. What's going to do, it's going to have to cancel these games. It's going to cancel them for you. And then you can click it one more time. And now the stats will update for each of the players. So the players can quickly see this on their phones, how it looks. And then also if they're all linked to DUPR, and they can all see it in their own profiles on DUPR. And there you have it. Your session's complete. And this format should be used quite a bit at your club. I think it's going to be one that a lot of players will enjoy. So good luck. Let us know if you have any questions.